Oh, yeah, there we are. We are live. Live on the Love Gurus podcast. Thank you all for being here. Sorry, we're starting a little late, but we are starting nonetheless. Let's take some ridiculous dating questions from Reddit.
You think your love life is going kind of bad?
It's awful.
If you find out your girlfriend accidentally banged your dad.
She was running for a campaign. It was for political donation.
She was one of the Clintons, man. What can you know? She'll do anything to get ahead.
You can't tell me Chelsea hasn't flirted a little bit.
Just ask the Love Gurus.
Ask us.
Tell you what to do.
Damn right we will.
Listen to the Love Gurus, or your life is screwed.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you missed a calling, my man.
Yep. No, I didn't miss shit. We are the Love Gurus podcast.
Yeah.
We are live. We are taking ridiculous dating questions from Reddit. I am Jake Vevera. With me, as always, my amazing co-host, Suzanne Leah Shepherd. How's it going?
Yeah. I had a great day today. As I was walking here, there were these two women walking, and I assumed they were speaking Russian. You know, it was sort of a very, guttural, like, language, whatever. But
Yes.
they were speaking
What are
Russian.
those haha ones?
They were speaking Russian to each other, and all of a sudden, so in the midst of her conversation, she's speaking Russian, and then she says very clearly in English, "You cannot be here with a bat." I thought, what?
With a bat?
You cannot be here with a bat, and then,
Like a baseball bat or like a winged bat?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what the rest. But she clearly was saying, I was in this situation. They said you cannot be in here with a bat. And then she's continuing to explain to her friend. Her friend's like, huh. As if, oh, maybe I won't go to that bar anymore with my bat. Like, what? I wanted to know more, but I thought it was very rude to be like, excuse me, ma'am.
I thought the founding fathers in this country, they give you the right to bear arms and the right to bear bats. I thought that was just sort of implied. If you can have AK-47, you should be able to have bat, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched Unforgiven yesterday, and that was something they did
Fuck
in
yeah,
the town.
dude.
You get
Yeah.
up there at Big Whiskey, then we could turn in your bats at the door. I saw that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, no bats allowed.
Yeah. And then,
Flighting or bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood goes in there at the end, and Gene Hackman's like, "What are you gonna do in here? Everybody here's got a bat. We all got bats."
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he throws his bat, it hits the ground, and he goes, "Miss Fly."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very esoteric Unforgiven jokes. Here we go.
So I guess there's some place or bar in New York City where you're not allowed to bring a bat into anymore, which
I thought this was America. Goddamn it.
are bats covered under the Second Amendment, or is that
I don't know, but when the NBA, the National Bat Association, hears about this, they're gonna be very
Yeah, because one time when I was in high school, I played basketball very poorly, I might add. And one time the coach got real mad and he threw a basketball and it hit a girl in the head. So
Fuck yeah, dude.
are we not allowed
You
to
know,
bring basketballs into
days
bars
gone by.
anymore?
Roaring 90s, you
Jesus,
could just
yeah.
fucking bean a kid in the head with a basketball, but now it's, it'd be a goddamn felony if you did it.
Yeah, it is amazing how he sort of like got off completely unscathed. It was just like, oh, he threw it accidentally hit her in the head. No one was like, hey, why are you throwing basketballs in the first place? Everyone's just like, oh
Right.
yeah, you're right. A 2,000 person town's basketball record is worth assaulting a minor. Okay,
And that's old school. If you beaned a kid in the back of the head with a basketball back in the day, they wouldn't ask, "Hey, why the hell did you do that?" They would ask, "What the hell did you do?"
Yeah.
That's
What
right.
did she do?
Yeah.
Did she not make her free throw? Was she not dribbling good? Like, yeah. Anyway.
By 96, they weren't whipping us in class anymore. I remember that. But the gym teacher we had, Mr. Durr, really liked talking about how he used to do it. And he would sit us
Wow.
down.
Yeah.
Remember, he sat us down and he's like, I can't hit you with my paddles no more, but I can describe them. And he had names for them, styles, sizes.
That's actually better
Yeah.
than what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say, I can't hit you with my paddles anymore, but I can hit you with my dick.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah,
I'm going to leave a mushroom print on your face.
yeah sure. Yeah, it made the shower experience completely different.
New law here in Florida. I can't say gay, but I can fuck all of you in the ass. I can fuck all of you in the ass. Just can't talk about
You
it.
got to read that fine print, guys.
But we should introduce our guest.
Oh shit! Yeah, we didn't do that. Let me introduce our hilarious guest. He is an amazing stand-up comic. He's back on the show. We love this guy, Colin DiGarbo. Thank you for being
Thank
back
you so
on
much.
the show, man.
So happy to be here, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for
tell them
having
where
me.
they can find you.
I am Colin DiGarbo on Instagram. I think I might be the only Colin DiGarbo in existence, so it pops right
Nice.
up.
Nice.
And then, I'm at DiGarbo on Twitter, but
There you
those
go.
are basically where I'm at.
Amazing. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, yeah, we didn't introduce you because you're so familiar. We're just like,
Yeah.
Colin's always here.
I'm right at home.
Doesn't need an introduction.
And I have it on good authority. We may have Amy Liszka pop by later. She may be on
Nice.
the second half of the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
very
I love
cool.
a cameo from
Cameo.
Amy.
Cameo. She may drop in.
And
But,
we have an official third or fourth.
Oh, yeah. The unofficial fifth member of the show, I guess,
Yeah.
is the unofficial fourth member of the show. That is the white wine we're drinking. Do you need a delicious Pinot Grigio in your life? Of course you do. You can't do any better than Paradoso. Let me take a little swig of this, because I haven't had any of this yet. There you go. That's smooth, man. That's smooth.
As he
It
winces.
is. Yeah. Dude, it's refreshing. No, it's actually not bad, man. It's just the first sip of the
Well,
night,
I
you
can
know?
say I've already finished my glass, and it only has
There you go.
half to do with my crippling addiction.
Boom.
Wow, there
Here,
you
let's
go.
get another glass
Thank
going.
you, thank
For
you,
your
sir.
crippling
Yes,
addiction there.
yes.
I love that not only does Colin have amazing hair, he'll drink more Pinot Grigio than most of the women on the Upper East Side. Okay?
Goddamn right.
I'm not just playing the part, people.
he's living
I'm
the
walking that
dream.
walk. That's right. Thank you so much.
And Paradoso has fireflies on the front of this because after a whole bottle of this, she will set the fucking night on fire.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you would see spots like the fireflies.
Oh yeah, like old
Like-
school moonshine back in the day.
Yeah,
It's like the
where you start to see stars, and you're like,
Yeah.
did I just hit my head, or are those fireflies?
No, it's the onset of blindness.
Yeah.
You just start seeing little dots. And
I think
shit
it's because
like
there's
that.
so much sugar in it. It attracts fruit flies. I think that's what it is.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm getting type 2 diabetes right now. I'm only on my first glass. It's quite a bit, but it's still pretty good, man. Paradoso, Pinot Grigio, get you some. Now let's take our first question from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question: how to tell my wife of 17 years that I've been secretly gardening behind her back for 6 months?
Oh, you bastard.
I'm 49, and I absolutely love my wife of 17 years who's 47. I love everything about her. The only thing that this gal cannot do is keep a house plant alive. Whatever the opposite of a green thumb is, that's her. No matter how many times she tries, every plant that comes home into our house leaves wilted and dead soon after in a pot of either too wet or too dry soil. For the last
He just plant shamed his wife on Reddit.
For the last 10 years or so, this has been our cycle. Kate decides to buy a plant and then another, and then we just wind up 4 to 8 plants in, and then after a month or two, they are all dead. And each time another casualty is unceremoniously reduced to compost, my wife gets sad and has to yet figure out how to keep them alive. I cared about the I never cared about the plants or whether they lived or died.
Good
but
man. I was just going to say, dude shouldn't.
I just wanted my wife to be happy. So after her last plant purchasing spree about 6 months ago, I started with just a few sneaky waterings here and there, and I just wanted them to live a
A
little
few
longer.
sneaky waterings is something that has ruined some of my past relationships, but it wasn't plants at all. That was
Actually,
wasn't a problem.
I'm actually on record in the a judge actually later talking about some secret waterings.
I am not allowed within 200 feet of a greenhouse anywhere in New Hampshire.
I just wanted them to live a little longer than usual so that she could enjoy them for a while longer. But somewhere along the way it spiraled. I never meant it to get this far. I have secretly become very endured and loving of these plants. These plants are my babies. In 2 weeks, I have to
fuck me,
travel
man.
to attend a wedding in May, and while my wife stays home with our son. She'll be left to care for the plants on her own, so I have to come clean with her if there's any hope of their survival. She would definitely do what was ever needed to keep them alive.
I
if
nursed
she
the
knew.
plants with these, Lord. I nursed them with these. Don't let them die.
But now I'm just afraid to hurt her feelings by letting her know that I've secretly been taking care of them all along. How do I come clean to my wife?
First of all, I want to know what this kid looks like. Is he looking a little underwatered too? Like, Jesus Christ. I assumed this was like the starter kit for the family, not that they had kids.
Oh,
Yeah,
themselves.
no, so I
They
did.
just slipped the kid in, right?
Oh,
did they?
They do. It was in parentheses, so I
Wow.
didn't feel like it was like that.
Okay.
Necessary. They do have a 13-year-old child who
No
is
shit.
apparently alive.
Wow, I was just gonna say, don't even get a dog, let alone a kid. But apparently,
Yeah.
they're good with people, not plants.
Yeah. So the basis of
I was expecting if they had a kid, it would be like that scene in Train Spotting where
Right.
they're all strung out and they let the kid
oh my
starve.
god,
Baby
that's
Dawn.
so sad.
Poor
Yeah.
baby Dawn.
I
Very
was
sad.
totally. I'm picturing this fucking strung out junkie who can't water a plant just going, I forgot to feed him for the last
Yeah.
week, man. Why?
We always wondered who her father was. We knew that day. We knew which day the father was.
But yeah, so the synopsis of the question is, is it
Oh,
hello? Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
there we go.
I'm back. So to give a quick summary, so his wife loves plants, but she buys them and kills them a couple months later.
plant murderer,
strangles
plant
them, yeah.
murderer.
Yeah.
Finds him in the bathtub on the water.
She makes it look like an accident, but like you get the plants with CIA. I don't know.
He walks into the living room at night. She's smoking a cigarette, looking at one of the plants. He's like, "What are you doing?" "I'm watching it die."
Yeah. So she
Wilt, you motherfucker.
she
Wilt.
keeps killing these plants. And she apparently gets very sad by it, and so he has taken upon himself to secretly take care of the plants, and so now these plants are thriving.
Yes.
But now he's going to go away for 2 weeks, and she has to take care of them.
Yeah, and it's his cover's going to be blown.
Yeah.
It's really,
So how does
It's pretty
he
rough,
say
yeah.
to his wife, "You are a fucking terrible gardener"?
it's either that or you get the kid involved in the lie. That's the other option. You just start him. He starts walking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
You know?
great
Like,
idea.
listen, to save mommy's heart, we
I like
gotta,
that.
we gotta go behind her back.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I honestly,
What's mommy's real favorite things in life? Being lied to.
yeah.
For her sake.
Yeah.
Because here, as,
Not little white lies, little green lies. we're gonna keep the plants
Come on,
alive.
folks, give it to him.
Done on
I-
cheese.
Okay, I think that's a great idea because as a plant owner myself, it is, some plants are very easy to care for and some are like really difficult. Also, depending on like the environment they're in that you have, you don't know if like spider mites are going to get it. It's like you have no idea. Like you live in an isolated apartment in New York. All of a sudden, your geranium is like covered in spider mites. So you're
Dude, I
just
have
like,
no
did
idea
the-
what a geranium or a spider mite is.
Yeah,
I have no
I'm
idea
just
what you're
like,
saying to me right
I
now.
didn't even know this was a thing, and it totally happened to me, and it was
Wow.
really sad. So, I'm just saying, if you guys have a good thing going on, just keep your white. I normally I say honesty is the best policy, but I think this is a situation of why are you gonna kick a dead donkey when it's down? That donkey is dead. To give it another kick in the snout. Who is that
No,
for?
the thing is, though, the donkey doesn't know it's dead. The donkey thinks it's walking around doing great.
It's true.
But it's actually being animated by an unseen force.
Yeah.
You got that's like showing the donkey that he's not doing anything himself.
Yeah,
That
so
is one
maybe
You the whole
stupid
time?
fucking
maybe not
donkey.
a good maybe not
Even
a
for a
good
donkey.
metaphor then. But I'm just saying
Sorry about that.
I'm
Say
just
it.
saying your wife is the dead donkey. Let her lie.
Yeah.
Like let her think that she is taking care of these plants, doing it. And yeah, a 13-year-old son, that can definitely take. And 2 weeks, what are we talking about? Like maybe a watering or two? Like you don't need to water your plants that often.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
the
would
weirdest
say,
"you're the man of the house now" speech I think we've ever. Yeah, listen, while I'm away, you got to take
Yeah.
over the manly duties of plant watering.
Yeah. Plus, like even worst case scenario, like unless you're totally drowning a plant, like 2 weeks, like you can get him to come back after that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think totally bold-faced lie about this. Get the son involved.
Yeah.
If she starts doing something real weird, again, get the son to like get her away from the plants, etc. This is something like, and this is again out of love. All you're gonna do is just shatter her heart and look like a douchebag.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you've been deceiving. I'm just so glad that because when I first heard the statement at top, I was just so glad he's not like tending a garden across town in secret. That's what I thought he was doing.
I really thought he had a secret garden.
Yes.
Like, it sounds like a shitty romance novel, but I thought he had, like, what? No, I am working Saturdays.
You thought that he lived in London and was banging Gwyneth Paltrow in, like, this luxurious garden?
I thought he was wearing ascots non-ironically, you know? I thought he was going into a secret garden and fucking pouring little thingies.
This is how old I am. I read the question, and I thought that gardening was, like, just a new term I hadn't heard. You know? Like,
you want to do some Hulu and garden? Yeah.
Yes.
Like, something like that.
Like spill for what's the one where you have like the straw and you like drink cum out of someone's butthole? What's that
felching?
Felching.
I should not have known that quickly.
Man, it was right there. It was right there. And
revealing,
dude, and you gave it up so eagerly too.
Why did you read the tattoo on your arm when you gave that answer?
Wait a minute, I had to go down the list real quick. That's it's the one with the graphic next to it.
You said it with the energy of a heavy-set middle-aged woman who knows the last question on Family Feud, and she is absolutely sure she knows it, and she's gonna save the entire family, and they're gonna beat the Petersons, you know, and she fucking knows that she's gonna crush him with this one last answer. Yeah. That's how quickly you let it spring forth from your lips.
It spurted from me, if you will.
I'm just saying that Steve Harvey I'm just saying that Steve Harvey in person is very charming and very hard not to want to please him. So I get where all of those grandmothers are coming from.
He got in trouble for felching, though. One of the interns.
Well, So again, I thought that gardening was just an urban term that I hadn't come across yet. But no, like we're talking about straight up garden. But again, even gardening doesn't seem like it seems like these are potted plants in a house. Yeah. It doesn't seem like this is is
too highfalutin a term for what she's failing at.
Yeah. It's not like we have dead corn stalks in the back. No. It's not like Michelle Obama's victory garden has failed.
It's not like they didn't do a proper like burn on the southeast side of the property. You know?
Yeah. We're not Keanu Reeves in A Walk Among the Clouds. That's what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's not like she's burning down half their corn stalks to build a fucking baseball stadium or something. Yeah.
And it when it comes to relationships, I think obviously being honest about some very key things is what makes the relationship last. One, where does your money come from? Always a big one. Should be pretty full in front. Two, who else are you sleeping with? Pretty big in a relationship. You know, and the rest is sort of negotiable on a,
When we're starting with cheating and money, I mean, gardening is like 27, 28 on the list.
House
at
maintenance
least.
Is what it is. This is just like right next to dusting up. Like,
it's like, actually, I throw away your contact cases every day. You know what I mean? Like, what?
They get dirty.
Yeah, it's just, but.
Like that's what plants are, man. They're alive, but they're maintenance. They're not anybody that gets emotionally attached to a plant. I just report that motherfucker to the NSA because that guy is going to blow some shit up. He's going to blow some shit up. People who name their plants creep me the fuck out. People that are way too into their plants creep me out. Right. And I'm
almost more comfortable with someone who names their gun, honestly.
Yeah. I never named any of my guns.
Really?
Yeah, that seems less weird to me than naming a plant.
I did used to lubricate them with my own cum.
Okay.
I didn't name them, though. That's creepy.
That's just loving attention.
That's creepy. Yeah. Uh-huh. I used to spit in the chambers and then hump them. But I didn't name them. That's weird.
Yeah, you're weird.
Okay, well, if you have multiple plants...
put a sock inside my shotgun chamber. And
God.
I'm going to stand up for all plant lovers and say that I have multiple plants. And it's not like you name them like Larry, but it's, like you name them
Larry
by their name. So if you say...
They call him Larry the Ficus because you piss him off, he's gonna use you as mulch.
He'll give you a rash for sure.
I'm just saying, but it's only for logistical reasons. So, for example, if you have a lemon tree, you say the lemon tree. Like so that's not like naming it. It's not like it's Cassandra the lemon tree.
Descriptive.
That's saying, hey, I didn't water the lemon tree. Can you water it?
Right. Well, then them dying would make it even more tragic. We lost Carl today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mites.
Yeah, I would say,
Dude, I love the idea of their kid being like a normal kid and they get way into the plants to where like, you know, the mom keeps killing them, but they like weep and they're like, listen, no, I know, no, you're not going to baseball practice. Not when Larry dies. Not when, no, we need to honor Larry. And they're in the backyard and they're
burial
weeping.
every other day in the
And
family.
he's and the kid eventually he starts hitting puberty. He gets into like his cunty teenage years, and he's like, "Listen, if you love plants so much, buy a fucking botany book and learn how to take care of them." And he just goes at them, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like
Something about plant cemetery. The plants start coming back to life. I don't know.
yeah,
you don't want to bury a dead ficus.
Not that. Not the old Indian bear.
Came back before, but it wasn't the same plant they put on the ground.
Oh, you can tell.
Maybe that
Soul's gone.
Like that little shop of horrors plant.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, you guys have literally just named Little Shop of Horrors. What are you talking about?
Like that.
Suddenly Seymour.
Nothing's
It's like
original.
the best
We're
song
hacks.
ever. Oh my god.
Started off just eating bad people, like that murdering dentist, like to slap around his lady.
People
and
deserve
started
it.
eating anybody.
Rick
Anybody at all.
Moranis is so.
Tried to eat Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
Tried to
Rick
do
Moranis
worse
is so
things
great.
than that homeless fella did to him on the streets of New York.
I know. There's a lot of yeah. Anyway. We have a comment.
Oh, Joel on
wondered if-
YouTube. What's up, man? He says, hey, wait a minute. I'm guessing I need to change the name of my guns from Jake and Vevera. Never mind the AR-15 I named Amy. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's outside, by the way.
Yeah. So I again, my final advice for this person is listen, this is so down on the list of things to be honest about. So if it makes her happy, you just inflate that ego even more. Why are you trying to, shoot her balloon with a gun?
Of course,
what are you?
Did we check the comments? Did the original poster at some point say, by the way, I've been cheating on her for years? Absolutely.
I did not, but I assume not. Wife of 17 years, who knows? Maybe they have an open relationship. And he was just like, yeah, we have an open relationship. What does that have to do with our plans? Like,
Right.
we're completely consensual with this relationship.
She's like a lady
You
Will Smith.
close-minded bitches.
To where
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you can fuck one of our kids' friends, but now you let the plants die? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right, these are
Fair enough.
priorities.
Yeah. Okay, so what other final advice do we have for this person?
I think that, continue to lie and deceive your wife. I'm sure it won't bleed into other parts of your life. I mean,
No, it never does.
no. It's hermetically sealed from any other things in your life. If you can't be honest with her about her inability to water these plants, I'm sure you're much more honest with her about more important things. So just, keep
100%,
doing what you're
dude.
doing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of course, keep lying to her, but I like the idea of you just kind of having this in your back pocket. You know what I mean? And to where, like, if you're in one of those just knock down, drag out, just blowing up arguments, right? And really like compliment her on the plants. And it's like, honey, you have gotten so much better at taking care of these plants. I mean, you have a real green thumb, and you got, and just even to the point to where it's kind of weird for her. Like, you'll be out with friends, and they'll be in the middle of talking about, hey, did you see season 2 of Russian Doll is out? Oh, well, she is amazing with potted ferns and things. And you just, and to where she's just kind of like, all right, it's weird. But you keep complimenting her and complimenting her. And then one day, you just fucking tell her, by the way, you're a shitty gardener, Linda. I've been gardening. All the boy knows. Even the boy knows how bad you are keeping plants alive.
Weaponize it.
He's
That's
been
right.
helping him.
Just
Yeah.
the perfect moment to
Yeah.
drop it on her. When she thinks she won,
Yeah.
you can just roll this gem out and crush her with it.
I told our son, your flesh and blood, to water your plants behind your back, and then I told him to look into your eye and lie to you about
She's
it.
only got
Yeah.
one eye.
Yeah.
That's the main problem.
He's
She's
scared.
almost had one eye this whole time.
He stared both into your real eye and your stupid little glass one. And he told you that he hadn't been watering the plants. Why? Because your own son doesn't respect you, Linda. That's why he can lie to you so easily about plants. He'll lie to you about anything.
For years. Years, I tell you.
I pour more water when you underwater them. When you overwater them, I shove rags down in there and squeeze them out of the roots. And I fucking bring it back to life. I give them a little plant CPR.
Suddenly Seymour.
I even tried feeding one blood to see if it was one of those little shop of horror things.
That's the one that died.
Oh, man. Yeah. So yeah,
Joel on
yeah.
YouTube says they've been together for 17 years. It's an open relationship, whether she knows it or not.
Bravo.
Well, perfect. I think we answered that question. Let's move on to the next.
Absolutely. Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, if you have questions to write in, write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, watch every single Thursday live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your questions. Give us your comments live in the chat. We're going to take another question from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question. My wife is ruining my life with an at-home daycare. My wife is 35 and I'm 34. She's a stay-at-home mom and we have 3 kids. My stepson, my daughter, and our son. She babysits kids on the side for extra cash and to pay for groceries. I pay for all the other bills. Most of the kids she watches are friends' kids who range from ages 1 to 6. The issue I see is that she doesn't enforce consistent rules with these kids. They come over, take out every single toy, run all over the house. It's honestly overwhelming, even being in my own house. She'll do her best to keep the living room picked up, but our house is always destroyed.
You hear this douchey guy from the last question? This is what it's like to have real problems in your life.
The other issue is that the times that they're at our house. She was a server before we got married, so a lot of the kids that we watch are her old coworkers' kids. But this means that nights and weekends, I'm expected to help on these times, even though I have a 9-to-5 job. Now, we don't really need her to make that much money because I make over $100,000 a year. My income is enough to pay all the bills, but it's just not enough to support the lifestyle she wants. So she needs to pull in a few extra bucks. The cost is almost every night and almost every weekend are lost sitting at home babysitting someone else's kid. I've tried to tell her that I don't want to do this babysitting anymore. I've tried calmly and rationally a few months ago. Nothing changed. Somehow we ended up with more kids to watch. Well, last night I finally lost it. I had a breakdown and told her that I hate the daycare and it's ruining my house and my life.
Yeah, dude.
And I can't take it anymore.
He had that voice and everything.
We haven't spoken since. Should I put my foot down and say no more babysitting or just wait until she comes to that conclusion on her own? So to give a quick synopsis, it's a house that the mom's a stay-at-home mom. She does a daycare, but it doesn't sound like typical daycare. It's, different, it's in the evening, it's on the weekend.
Sure.
So she has this atypical daycare that, the kids are running around, the house is always trashed, there's always 1,000 kids everywhere, and he's saying it's ruining his life because his home essentially is not his haven, it is this daycare. I think he just needs to start acting like one of the kids. He needs to start wrecking shit.
That's right.
He just needs to say, listen, if you're running this daycare, I'm a kid in the daycare, I'm going to throw my applesauce on the wall.
Right.
Like, take no responsibility.
You get home from work, you take off your suit, you put on your diaper.
Yeah. You got to
The
get...
Phillips boy shit himself in the breakfast nook, did he? Wow. Dude, you play it this damn young man. I've been eating bran muffins and chugging cold black coffee all day long.
I just
I'm going to
think
destroy this nook.
that's the thing is like if this is, again, his words, not mine, ruining his life, yet he still is complicit. He picks up after the kids. He helps watches the kids. That's not a hard enough signal. Like, if that's true, then you need to take zero responsibility. Like, because, this is her job. So if
you really got to stonewall her on this one. Man.
Oh, you know what? Like, my job's actually really tough. I can't do this. And then she showed up at the office and is like, oh, like, I'll, do this report for you or whatever. It's like that. It's the same thing. If that's her job, that is her territory. And you need to set a hard line that either you barricade yourself in the garage like a man. Am I right? Yeah.
Yep.
But just barricade yourself, whatever, in your Toyota with a pack of beer and do your thing. Guess what? We've got cell phones now. You can download Netflix on it. Isn't that amazing? So get yourself a case of beer, lock yourself in the Toyota, and watch yourself some Netflix. And
or even better, Pornhub.
Yeah, or
Right.
Pornhub, whatever.
Multiple tabs. We have that technology.
Switch
Don't,
back
don't
and
let the
forth.
neighborhood kids walk in on you
Or
on your
do.
Toyota on Pornhub.
Right.
Yeah, but for him to
They're gonna learn a lot.
yeah, but for him to continue to say, "Oh, this is the worst thing ever," yet he's still helping to care for all of these children.
Yeah.
No. You are an enabler.
Yeah.
Like,
It's what he's doing, and unless he really tells her firmly that he does not like this, not only does she think that what she's doing is not a problem, she thinks she should get points for this because she's like, "Fuck
Yeah.
that! I'm like working and making money to give us this lifestyle thing that we need." And I don't know, man. You know, like it definitely sounds like it's a shitty situation for this guy. But it also sounds like he should have nipped this in the bud a while ago. And the thing is like
I'm sorry, like I'm not to cut you off, but there's never been a time, and it's also never happened in my life, to be clear, that a guy or a partner told me, "Hey, actually, you don't have to work. You don't have to work. You don't have to do
Right.
anything. You just kind of have to stay at home." And I had that happen to me, I would have been like, "Okay, cool.
Right.
I can do this."
Right.
it's a glass is half full kind of problem.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? You're telling her that she doesn't need to work and she needs to make this extra money to what? Buy a Coach purse? Like,
Right.
what are you talking
It's
about?
kind of weird. It does make me think of that Eddie Murphy bit where he's talking about Johnny Carson and like the divorce and that whole thing. And he's like, "Well, if you're making $80 million a year, is she really pitching in?" She's like, "Look, I was helping out at the salon. Now it's $80 million and $70. I made this weekend." Yeah, like, but
Yeah.
it seems like that's kind of going on a little
I'm
bit.
not saying that, like, if your partner makes a lot more than you, then you shouldn't pursue your own career.
Right.
But again, if it is your career, if this daycare is her career, she shouldn't expect him to help. Like, that's my thing.
Also,
Yeah, and the
there's-
hours are weird.
Yeah, totally. And if it's
Yeah.
your career, where's the other building you do it in?
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
why is it,
exactly.
Why is this a work from home situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Yeah, go do that someplace else. Or how about this? He's working a 9 to 5. You know when I've heard a lot of parents need their kids
Yeah,
watched
right.
during the 9 to 5. So just fucking watch kids while the other people that aren't I don't want to call it child
Well, it almost seems
care
like she
providers
has
deadbeats, but when the other deadbeats aren't at
What
work.
if the whole neighborhood of parents are just like living it up at night, all at home, living like single people because she's taking care of all their kids?
Oh my
They're all
God!
taking-
They're
they're all
totally.
fucking and
Oh my
hanging
God!
out,
They're
watching
totally
TV.
not
Yeah.
servers at TGI Fridays. In the end, they actually all are just swingers
They're all not. Yeah.
and have no
Yeah.
place to put their kids.
They're all
But they
tea
don't want to
partiers.
have sex with that couple.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Right.
Like,
We're
those
tired of
kids-
this couple farting up the orgy room. They're disgusting. Let's convince them to
You
do
know,
daycare.
Karen, you're so good with children. We had an idea.
Shut up! That would be the funniest thing ever. Yeah.
They-
Yeah. No, I'm a server at Applebee's now. Can you watch my kid from 7 to 2?
I'm picturing her dropping off the kid like early because she's like, "Oh, I just had to drop. I don't mind." And they're all.
It's
It's like a scene from Animal House. They're all in togas, just Lou and Lou I. And they're like, "Oh no, I didn't. So,
God.
no, we were
One
going
guy's
to
in the back
invite you."
shaving, you know.
There's a band, and it's like, what? This looks awesome.
Yeah, one guy's got the tablas between his knees. He's like,
Yeah.
Tyler on YouTube says, "Sounds just like my kids in life, but with my own kids only. Maybe I'll learn something here."
that's what I was going to say at the top of this. I was like, God, I hope that he just he's not that he doesn't recognize his kids anymore. He's like, I come home, there's these kids running around.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are these
It
kids?
turns out this guy
Daycare.
just has early onset dementia.
He just doesn't know his
Like,
kids.
Yeah.
It is. Here's the thing: is like, as an adult, every time I go over to a friend's house or any adult that has children, I just always expect their house to be wrecked, and it's not.
Yeah.
And it's just fine. Like, I get it. Like, kids wreck everything. I mean,
They're
that's just
fucking
the
awful
stage
people.
That's like what
Get
having
ready.
kids are. So but I'm never like.
I'll
you know, but-
slap the awful right out of him.
But I'm just saying,
I'll
like,
fucking do it like a 50s dad. I don't give a shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'll have my fucking pipe and my newspaper and my suspenders, and I will goddamn drop him if
No,
he spills anything.
it's just kids. Kids are kids, and they're a lot to take care of, and it's a lot to do the house and all this. So whenever I go over, the parents are always like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, it's a mess." I'm just like, it's fine. Like, I totally
Yeah.
expected this. It's not a big deal at all. So I don't know if maybe he is also like a bit of a neat freak, and because he obviously has kids in this relationship.
yeah.
So are his kids like sat there, with, I don't know, what's like a super clean toy to play with. They get like one toy and they don't like play with anything else. It's like your kids sound like they're going to be pretty boring.
Here's a new action figure, but never take it out of the box. It's a collectible.
Yeah, just sit here and look at this strobe light.
Yeah, every Christmas, their kids like, oh look, a new Fabergé egg.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'll pet it.
We'll put it in the china cabinet
We'll put it next
along
to
with
the
the
other
other
eggs.
ones. Yeah.
Tim on YouTube says, my house was a daycare for most of my youth. Kids were always picked up before my dad came home. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I was saying earlier is look, he has a 9 to 5. That's typically when kids need watched the most. I don't understand why she's got to just have these fucking weird hours. Like, what's she doing during the day, during the 9 to 5 time? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, most of my childhood, anytime that I needed childcare until I went to school, like it was always at someone's house. Like, whether it was like a daycare is, again, a very loose word, I think, when you're from Kansas.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's kind of just a locked room, like we're. So it's, it was always at someone's house, but it was, during the daytime or whatever, and my mom would come and pick me up at whatever time. So to
my mom was this lady before she left when I was 9. Like,
she was a
before
daycare woman?
Yeah, she was a daycare woman, and so we'd have all these shitty kids from around the neighborhood, like come and like be with us all day.
They show up with popsicle stains already on their mouth.
Yeah, weird rashes, bruises, just fucking dirty little towny kids, I mean, hey, that's what I was like too.
She's like, everyone in the back, I'm gonna get the hose.
Yeah, man.
Up against the fence.
She would give them cavity searches like they were going into county. You're not gonna fucking sneak any weapons or drugs in here, little bastards.
She checked our cavities. We just went to the dentist last week.
Here's the
Well, people would stop searching your cavities if you weren't hiding switchblades all the time. So you can thank yourself for that.
Kids right there.
Okay, but here's the other thing I will say about daycares that I went to as a kid. It's, because there's always nap time, right? So you're always, for me, it's always like I was told to nap with these 6 strangers, essentially, in a room. And I think that builds character. You know what I mean?
I do
like,
too.
those people that are like so finicky. They're like, I can't sleep unless it's 67 and I have a pillow with 70% from it. It's like, I had to sleep in a room of 7 strange children on a cardboard box. Like, I'm fine.
I think it prepares you for adulthood because I sleep with a lot of strangers now. So
I was going to say,
out.
Suzanne sleeps on freight trains every weekend. I mean, she's golden.
Yeah, it's totally fine. So again, but I think like the fact that you can nap next to
Amy's a minute away.
these
It looks
other
like she's coming
people, I just think it's again, I think it builds character. But I remember like waking up and you see this sea of children sleeping, and it was like all you can do to not be like, like as the comedian in the heart of all of us.
Right.
You're like, God, if I just had a spoon and some peanut butter now, I'd
right. Start lobbing. Well, the thing is, so that's it teaches you the social compact. That's great. Yeah. Sure. But I took naps too in kindergarten and all this stuff. But I mean, listen, I think over enough decades, my nightmares have built up to a certain extent that like now I need like 3 pillows. I'm like listening to 3 white noise machines. I'm like I'm a goddamn princess now.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Yeah, it's obviously it like evolves over time. But I'm just
Ladies
saying,
and
like,
gentlemen, without further ado, Amy Liszka is here, 4th member of the podcast.
I totally agree on your point with the delinquent kids. I can't wait to have one.
What you've just said actually is very in line with UN regulations at the moment for children being born in Rwanda. So great to hear. So to give a quick synopsis, this guy, his wife, has a daycare at home, but it's not a typical daycare. She is watching these kids of her friends, like they're servers at restaurants. So from different time, so like the evening
so it's,
shift or
it's
the weekend.
kids of the sex workers. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, so
Well, that's actually smart. I don't know. As someone who's also waited tables for 12 years, you know.
I mean, there's certainly like a niche, for that, or there's a need for kids. If that's your job, like you have kids.
I just want to know too if this is. I mean, this sounds like a good idea, but is there because I always know that after I was done serving tables, I had to tie one on. So is there like an after school type of once my shift is over, you can take them until 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Unclear as to. Yeah, I mean,
I think
question.
like most home daycare workers, she's not waiting until the kids leave. Let's
But
be
also-
honest. That's what White Claws are
So
for.
what's the conflict? I don't know.
It's a mommy
Yeah.
soda. It's a mommy soda. You kids can't have.
No, but that's a good question. It's not clarified in the question, or in the guy's response, because kids arguably should go to bed by 9. So if these kids, how late are these kids getting picked up? Are they getting picked up at 1 o'clock, or are they coming over at 6 o'clock? Maybe that's why this guy is so pissed. Is because
True.
it's like 8 o'clock the next morning,
is this
and
the
they're all
husband?
having breakfast.
Who's pissed?
It's the husband,
Okay.
yeah. So he's pissed at the wife, who is the day caregiver or night caregiver, I guess I should say.
All right.
But yeah, I mean that's a really good question, and it's not clarified, so I don't know.
Is she paying the bills with
No,
this?
so he makes $100,000 a year, and very clearly says in the question, "I could pay for all the bills, but she just wants the extra lifestyle." So my final advice for this person is: look, if this is her career, she needs to manage it on her own. And if it is impacting you in any way, because he's saying he gets roped into helping, all that and the rest. I said, you need to get yourself a 6-pack of beer, lock yourself in your Toyota Corolla with Pornhub on your phone, and call it a night.
Yeah.
Or get what are those like those vans that like people who
RVs.
get an RV, or like people that choose to not have a home, those big vans that are all built out. Get one of those.
That's
Live
what I
in
would
that,
do if
essentially.
my wife decided to have a stupid home daycare center. That not only do I have to have my stupid kids here, but I have to have other people's stupid kids here. I would just become homeless. I would do that. I would become Cousin
And then
Eddie in
for
vacation,
for
and I would
every
just fucking
day-
bounce, dude.
For every day that she didn't stop the daycare, the RV rolls out of the driveway 6 more inches.
Jake, I was just imagining you as Kane in Kung Fu, just wandering the earth.
My wife started a daycare center, and now I go from town to town, ridding them of unnecessary daycare centers.
One day I will end my wife's daycare center.
When you snatch the pebble from my palm, you too will have the fucking balls to tell your wife to leave those stupid kids at the neighbor's house.
I will say, in a lot of research that I've done about how to get money when you are expecting a kid, the number one thing is create a daycare.
Really?
Yeah, because it's or
Wow.
work at a daycare. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can either take your kid there or you can watch kids
Yeah.
while making money.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it just seems like that is the.
Here's the thing:
a
is
circle.
I totally get it, but again, my thing is that it's not to me. It's not bad that she has a daycare, but she expects him to help out with it. So
I didn't get that part.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's why he needs to again get the RV, and then every day that she doesn't, it backs out of the driveway 6 more inches. Eventually, you're gonna be in what? Reno? What?
Yes.
The big little city. Okay.
Big little city. Oh God.
I mean, yeah, dude. I think definitely driving away from this situation, going to Reno would be smarter than staying. I also think
I'm not saying do a big Vegas trip. That's too much. That's too splashy.
Yeah, no, man.
Park yourself in Reno with your RV.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a good at least 6 months just to sort your life out.
Yeah.
Maybe go to Burning Man. I don't know.
Yeah, go someplace where they don't have winter. That's the move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you're gonna be in an RV.
Final advice?
Of course you can.
I was totally on this girl's side until I found out that she wanted a guy that wanted nothing to do with the business to help out. I'd be like, you can do whatever you want. I'm in my room with my doors closed. I'm cool.
Yeah.
But I just feel like if she wants her husband's help without giving payment and giving me messed up hours.
Yeah.
Hire someone who would want nothing more than to be a part of that. Like, why are you that if she has to hire her husband because she can't afford someone to help out, she can't afford this business.
It's pretty annoying, man.
There's something missing in this woman's life that she's trying to fill. I don't know what it is. If their intimacy is falling apart, or that's probably it.
That's what I think this is. Yeah.
You can't have sex tonight watching the kids.
Either she's avoiding sex or he stopped fucking her at some point. I don't know which one it is, but there's something wrong.
It sucks though because I mean, like I said earlier, he should have nipped this situation in the bud because now not only doesn't she think she's doing anything wrong, but she feels like she's contributing now, and she kind of is. But it's like, yeah, but at what the cost? You know, like you're taking away shit from me now. And the thing is because my mom again before she ran off when I was 9, she did the same thing. I mean, she had the daycare out of it, and so he's got to take care of his kids. But then when you have like the daycare kids with your kids, they're sort of unofficially your kids too. So my dad would still kind of do dad stuff with the other kids, which I know tore him to pieces because he hated doing dad things. And I don't blame him. Like, it sucked. It fucking sucked. I hate this woman because she reminds me of my mother in this question. No, but the thing is I err against the person writing the question. We point this out at least once a show. These questions are their pro-them propaganda. They're Fox News, they're MSNBC, they're North Korean state-run news if they happen to inherit the country. It's a source by, for, and about them. So he did kind of breeze over the lifestyle stuff. You know, that made it seem as if...
Lifestyle in what sort of way, though?
Well, because he said, well, I make over $100,000 a year... And she does this like for lifestyle stuff.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he kind of was, whatever, maybe a stickler about some of this lifestyle stuff, which again, he breezed right the fuck by.
Oh,
and then,
I see. So she's saying, I want to buy this.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you can't.
Yeah.
So she then has to get this other job to say,
right,
listen, bitch, I'm going to buy this no matter what you say.
I think there's a little bit of that going on because, and to be fair, like
fair
if you're with somebody who makes like all the money and they're making good money like that, they're over $100,000 a year, they're half your spouse and half your fucking boss. Agreed. And I think she got fed up with that shit. I think she got fed up with this guy going, oh, he makes all the money, so he's acting like he's like in charge of the whole fucking house, which he kind of is at that point, you know? But like, so she's like, fuck you. Yeah. I'm not only going to have a job, I'm going to have it with shitty kids.
That's right.
In his fucking house to rub his goddamn nose in it. I think there might be some of that going on, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, you should have nipped it in the bud. You make over $100,000 a year. Which, like, I get it. Okay, if you're living in Chelsea and Manhattan, that may not be a fuck ton, but it's a fuck ton of cash anywhere else in this country. Yeah. So, like, I'm saying, what's the point to making over $100,000 a year if you have a bunch of shitty snot-nosed kids that aren't yours at home? It's like there's no point to being rich at that point. There's no fucking upside. You should have
just got her the bracelet, man.
You should have bought the fucking bracelet, buddy. Just figure out how to do the lifestyle stuff without those shitty kids over there, or tell her like, look, man, I was being a dick for not buying you the stupid thing. You wanted plants, Linda. I didn't buy you plants, you know. And
she was gonna let him die anyway,
right? And it's like, I know you let them die, but you love letting the plants die. It's your favorite thing. It's your thing.
The cycle of life that you can control.
We celebrate their greenness. We mourn their wiltiness together, and it brings us closer as a family. The kids love it now. You know, they're coloring pictures of dead plants in school.
That's actually how she potty trains the little boys. She teaches them to piss right on the plant.
Our kids are learning disabled. They won't piss in the toilet. They have to piss in the fucking potty plant.
Right? Yeah, they're close to the earth. Primal. Yeah.
I gave birth to them in a minute pool in the living room, and we don't urinate in toilets. That's what Nazis did. Okay, we urinate on plants.
Yeah. What is this semi-Swedish accent you're doing all of a sudden?
It's a hippie. I'm a hippie. Right? Yeah, I'm a midwife. I'm a midwife, and my husband who works on.
Hi, I'm your hippie midwife, Jake.
You need to align your fucking chakras. I told you, your cheese all out of whack. Mercury's in retrograde, you dumb.
I'll scoop the poops out in a second. We're pushing.
Yeah. That's what I would want. I would want a straight talking doula, you know.
In and then out. Control the breathing.
Listen, sweetheart. Listen, sweetheart, you're gonna poop the bed, okay? You're pooping the bed, but we're gonna have this baby, all right? Let me rub your nipples and stimulate the breast milk.
I want one with a cigarette and a martini.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my day, I did this backwards.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Don't worry about secondhand smoke. That's why he's in a fucking pool. That's why you're in a pool, darling. You don't have to worry about that.
Think of it this way, sweetheart. Think of it this way. A couple more pushes, and you can finally drink one of these.
I just don't. Yeah.
He's a Capricorn. They can't fucking get cancer.
It's, people always say that they feel like they're not respected or heard. To me, I don't need to be heard. I just need someone with that accent to tell me that everything's going to be okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just need that martini drinking, smoking Brooklyn accent to go, listen, honey, everything's going to be okay. Like, I don't need to be, Suzanne, you're so pretty and so everything's going to be great. Listen, sweetheart, it could be worse. We're going to make it. Like, that's what I need.
Which voice are you going to believe? Come on. Who sounds like they're shining you on?
That's why I go to psychics. They all sound like that.
Yeah. No, I just started seeing a therapist, and she has a New York accent, which is the best thing ever. You're welcome. Yeah, she's great. She's like, wow, why would you say that? Why would you think that about yourself? And you're just like, oh my God, you're the best thing I've ever seen.
She's like, can I burp you?
Yeah. Why does it gotta be a 10? It can just be a 9.5.
Come here, let me pat your back. Come over here, let me pat your back. It'll be okay.
There's just something so...
Suzanne, you're projecting again.
Yeah.
So you know what Freud says? You know what Freud says about that, though?
Everything comes from the penis. Of course it doesn't come from the penis.
It's because of a secret fixation on dicks and stuff. That's what Freud said it was.
Yeah. She's pretty great. Well, I think we answered that question.
Yes.
Do we have a couple comments?
Joel on YouTube says, at the Love Gurus podcast, Jake's accent wasn't Swedish. It was more sweet-ish.
There we go. Get on the show, buddy.
Yeah.
I love your play on words, Joel. That's why you're a songwriter. I love it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Such poetry.
Well, perfect. I think we answered that.
Okay, my final advice for this guy, though.
What did you...
No, I didn't give final advice.
Okay.
All right, I have final advice for him.
It's like Final Destination. You never know how many rounds.
Yeah. And plus, sometimes people die in my final advice, dude.
My final
Sometimes.
advice was I was just roasting him before.
Yeah. I was really just shitting on this guy most of the time.
I remember being
really...
in the theaters for Final Destination 2 thinking, no way this is going to have another one.
No, they're all going to live. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. Like I mentioned Cousin Eddie from Vacation before, I think you need to get that RV, pull a Cousin Eddie, wait until those parents are picking up or dropping off the kids, and you time it, because they'll usually pick them up and drop them off at the same times, and they're doing it weird times when you're not at work, so like, just be out there draining the septic tank into the goddamn street gutter, like in your shorts. Hey, coming to get the little ones, huh? Oh, they clogged up my tank. Yeah, they don't even like going inside the house anymore. They love shitting in the camper, And you're just like, what? Yeah, your shit is full. And then you've taught the kids that's like, Mom, the shitter's full again. He let us drain the shit into the street. It's so much fun. Like kids love disgusting things, so it's just like he's great.
Third kid gets sick, that thing's getting shut down. That daycare's over.
Uncle Eddie's the best.
You should write a children's book.
Yeah. They're going to start calling it dysentery daycare. It's going to be great.
Full shitter kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Well, I think we answered that question. Should we do? We have time. We can squeak in a couple more.
All right, let's do a couple more questions.
Short too.
We are taking our next question on the Love Gurus podcast. Let's do the next one.
Next question. My live-in boyfriend is buying a house with his sister, and he expects me to go along for the ride. Friends for 10 years and a couple for 9 months. We have a great relationship and are solid on communication skills. We're both in agreement that we could live, live to get married and have a family later on in life. I bought a home in 2017, as I have a regular 30-year loan at an amazing rate. I've been successfully renting 2 rooms out in my house, and I gave notice to one of my roommates so that my boyfriend could move in, so that he would have a home office in her room. I lived 13 minutes away from his parents' house. During the whole process, we were looking at houses in another part of the area that is nicer, but also the same area that his parents live in, and there was nothing that really lined up. Quickly, this turned into him and his sister looking for homes because now the down payment was coming from his parents as an early inheritance gift. So a home pops up in the parents' neighborhood, like around the corner, and they go into a frenzy over the house. They get it. The home inspection returned with a lot of issues, so now they're saying that they're going to remodel the entire inside before they move in. Well, now the idea has changed, so, it's a good area to move in, let's just suck it up and remodel later when things calm down. While I'm over here feeling like a huge outsider because I sit my boyfriend down and say that I want to be with you, but now I'm in a position where I have to live with you and your sister or not live with you at all. Because what my boyfriend has said to me is that he's made a spreadsheet and that I can come live with him for the rent of $1,100 plus a third of the utilities for this house as it's getting remodeled. At the same time, I would then have to rent out my own house and manage the property and deal with the tax implications for the rental income. The parents and the sister are completely sold on this place, but there's nowhere in this equation to add me as a life partner, and I don't want to get stuck in this ugly financial situation with his parents and his sister. What should I do? So, and also just to, I guess to back, I don't know if I said this. So she's 30, the boyfriend's 31, and the sister's 27. So arguably the parents are like in their 50s. So the boyfriend and his sister find this house in the parents' neighborhood that's like literally around the corner, and they're like, "Oh my God, we're gonna buy this house." The parents pony up the down payment as an inheritance gift. So, but there's all this like remodeling that has to get done, but they're just like, "Listen, it's a great house. We're going to live here. Oh, by the way, if we're going to live together, you have to come live here with me in the house. You have to just rent out your own house that you already have. Sorry, no exceptions." I mean, she's really...
Are the parents staying in the house too, or it's just the sister?
Just the sister and the brother.
Okay.
Yeah, so her issue
Same bedroom, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, why...
Wait, where's the boyfriend in all this?
No, it's the boyfriend and the sister, which are brother and sister, are the ones buying the house with the parents.
It's the boyfriend's sister.
Down payment.
Okay, the boyfriend has nothing to do with getting this house.
No, the boyfriend and his sister are buying the house.
Okay,
with the parents' down payment, essentially.
The parents' money. They're buying a house together. And girlfriend owns a house already that she's paying down.
So
on a 30-year mortgage.
So Justin and Brittany are brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
Justin and Brittany's parents said, "We'll give you the down payment for this house that's around the corner from our house."
Mm-hmm.
Justin is dating Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany has her own house. Justin has been living at Tiffany's house for a while as a tenant. She has another roommate.
I mean, this sounds like a glasses half full kind of problem, right?
Wait. I was just getting it.
So Justin...
She's still uploading the information.
So Gotcha. So Justin is now saying to Tiffany, "Listen, you have to rent out your whole house and come live with me.
What?
Otherwise, you have to come live with me. Otherwise, you don't get to live with anyone. We don't get to live together at all."
Fuck Justin.
He was gonna move in.
Bounce,
he was
man.
gonna move into the girlfriend's house.
Yeah.
And get his own little home office and
He did for a couple months, but then this whole house thing came out.
All right. Yep. So
Okay.
what a mess.
Here's my quick take. And also
Wait, before the take, Joel on YouTube says at the Love Gurus podcast, get on the show. Bro, I've done everything short of offering to blow Jake to be a part of the show. I'm breaking out the chapstick next. Dude, just come to New York, man. Yeah, if you're ever in Astoria on a Thursday night, we're going to fucking have you on, man.
Yeah, that, or we could do a virtual show.
Yeah, we'll do a virtual show some week and have Joel as a guest. Yeah,
let's do it. Okay, Joel, just to be clear, we have put that into our our little Love Guru's diary, and it's gonna
It's in the diary,
it's gonna
bro.
happen because we love you. We would
love you,
love
man.
to have you on the show. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Famous last words.
And also, but also, and thank you for saying that. So it's like,
You're
because
the
I know
man.
you've said it before, and I
We love you.
apologize that we haven't addressed it. So,
Tim's got a good point there.
ooh, what's it?
Yeah.
Tim on YouTube
Oh,
says,
do you also have amazing eye vision?
Fuck yeah, dude, them
I
glasses.
am cheating,
Yeah.
sir. Hey.
Ask you with glasses.
I know, but even
Absolutely.
Not me.
I have contacts on, and I'm looking at that, and I'm like, is that?
Yeah.
Wait, is that's Anna Faris on the TV?
I have contacts.
isn't it?
I can't see that from here.
I'm just
Yeah.
really good at reading with a headache. That's all. It's
Oh, do you have a headache?
no, it's just it's blurry. So you're like,
Oh.
okay, I can still make it out.
It's not blurry at all to me. I get them eagle eyes, and I don't have contacts. I'm wearing
Pilot.
only the eyewear of the Lord. I have been blessed. If you surrender yourself to His grace, you will have amazing eye vision. Demons be gone. Demons be gone. Now read it. Read it.
I'm gonna-
I bet you can read it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my Jesus, He sees. He can
They just
see
cry but don't actually read it to prove
a
that something
better.
happened. You know, they're just like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god, I can read it. I can read it.
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
yes.
see, I'm gonna
Now take him off stage. Take him off stage.
If you pass out, I will. If you pass out, I will totally go find a snake to bite you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be
In
great.
Astoria, New York.
Oh my god, story of
Dude.
snake.
I bet I just have to go next door.
It's actually just an eel from one of the restaurants.
Yeah, fuck this, man. Let's scam Christians. Instead of love gurus, we're the Christ gurus now. And what we do is we go like healing demons out of people, but not for like, we can't make blind people see. But if you're fucking, like, if you needed glasses before, your shit's going to be okay now. You know what I mean? Like they're going to take them out. I'm like, oh my God, I can read. I'm like nearsighted again, you know? And like, we'll just fix minor things.
I just like the idea of like an evangelical guy who only fixes eyesight, but he's really just got a LASIK studio in the back.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Put a curtain up, 10 minutes
Yeah.
later. I can
Yeah.
see.
He's that one that I don't know if you've seen the commercials for the new eye drop that are supposed to help like nearsightedness.
No
so
shit.
like so apparently there's now a new eye drop where it helps. So if you're a person who just needs reading glasses, you can just put this eye drop in, and I don't know what it does to your eyes, but he's that guy.
He's that
anyway,
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Why?
he can't go on to Shark Tank. You know what I'm saying? Like dox himself.
He's just I ran right. The eye drops, Love Guru's brand holy water. That's what it is. It's like Jesus' urine or however that works.
Okay,
Yeah.
we are-
Well, we're already drinking the wine.
I love being off topic with the Love Gurus, but we are like
Yeah, can
Yeah,
I
yeah,
say
yeah.
something
Yeah, we went-
really
oh,
quick
and
about
he
the
does-
topic?
we're in Kentucky.
John F. On YouTube says, "What did I just walk into? A revival?" Just turned it on as I was screaming about healing eyesight.
No, really quick. I just want to make a comment. I just feel like this question. I'm going back to the question.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that it's such a typical like millennial thing. It's like the two kids that don't have the money for the down payment of the house is already making ultimatums for other people
Yes.
about their house, and it's like not even technically yours. It's like,
Right.
mommy and daddy just bought me a house, and you have to abide by these rules
That's
in order
right.
to live in
Yeah.
here.
That's totally that. It's totally that.
Also, I don't know why it's one's aspiration to live. So she was very clear that she lives, quote unquote, 13 minutes away from the parents' house. The house that the
bad.
brother and the sister bought is around the corner. Like,
Right,
are
that's down the street. You got
are
two
you
houses
doing like
now.
a Stephen Cohen thing and trying to like buy the whole block?
Yeah,
Like,
also,
what
what
are you
state do they
talking
live in
about?
that there are just houses that everyone can buy?
Yeah, I know,
Okay,
I know.
I
Hey
will
man,
live
that's the way it
there.
was in Iowa. Shit, they're cheap there. You know.
No, I think there was, again, this was actually really the only question that I had to edit out. These people have money.
Yeah.
Like, as I'm saying, is the glass is half full kind of round. She's going, "There's just too many houses in our family's name.
So
Like,
many living
Yeah,
options.
I think again, and so I edit it because the real issue is that her concern is she is not being considered in the long term. You know, the brother and the sister are so excited about this house, and again, I mean they're 30 years old. Well, the boyfriend's 30, the sister's 27. They're not kids. You know, they're getting this house, and it's almost again like kind of like, cool, we get our own house. You know,
Yeah.
sort of like
Uh-huh.
Christmas present.
I'm
And
picturing both the
she
kids
is-
doing the Tom Cruise and Dirty Dancing thing. Both the brother and the sister, they're both wearing tidy whities and just dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Slide past each other.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
And her issue is that they're going to live in this house for the next 15 years
And
or
then
so.
the brother and sister will get married and have kids.
Yeah, the brother and sister will get married and have kids. And she
We must
is not,
keep this duplex in our family, like dukes
He
of
starts
yore.
getting suspicious. He starts getting suspicious texts from his sister. You know, he's just like, "Are you coming over for Christmas?" Well, it's my sister. Yeah, it's like, he's like, you know,
Oh,
did
we
you get
don't-
me a present? It's my
Oh,
sister.
we don't believe in having bedroom doors in this house.
That's right. Oh God, one of those families.
Yeah. But so it's, again, so her concern is that she has been with this, again, she's been with this person, and in the long term, she and their relationship is not being considered because he's getting involved in this. And she's thinking, well, actually, I have a house. I was sort of thinking you and I would live in my house and we would pay this off and this would be our asset.
Yeah.
Whereas he is now like, I'm moving back in with my sister, ba-da-boo-boo,
Hashtag 28 rules.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, I think Tim had asked,
Yes.
who wants to live with their significant other's sibling? Like,
Right,
who
that
would wanna
sucks.
do
Yeah.
that?
That sucks,
Like,
and
that's
that's what does put me on. As much as it pains me to do so, that does kind of put me on the person writing the question side, which again I
Yeah.
hate to do.
yeah.
Well, have you ever, especially being in New York and there's roommates everywhere, the worst time, because I used to have a revolving door of roommates because I lived in a 3-bedroom and
Yeah.
people would be away for shows and all this stuff. But the worst when I would have it was when I would be living there and then a couple would rent both
Yeah.
rooms. So then it's automatically 2 against 1.
Fuck
over
that.
Yeah.
everything. And
Yeah.
no matter what, I was living there from forever. I was the only person on the lease. And if there's a couple or 2 people, it's like all of a sudden,
you're
we
on the
think-
lease. You couldn't, again, sit in the corner with a cigarette, just start. They come
Yeah.
in, they turn on the lights. Hi, Charity.
I bought
You
a new
haven't cleaned the
comforter.
bathroom in 3 months.
But these
I'm on the lease. If you don't clean it by Wednesday, I'm calling the coppers.
No, but these
See,
rules
that
will
accent
pop
doesn't
out
sound
of
so
nowhere.
nice that way.
It's like, we just feel that we like our orange juice at like 6 a.m. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
but
like to
you're
slurp it outside your bedroom door. It's just,
You're screwed either way with this sibling situation because it's either A, gonna be them 2 against you. It's the brothers and sisters teaming up, and you're just wrong. And you're, or worse, honestly, is if they're fighting, that's gonna make it fucking weird. You're gonna be like the drummer in Oasis, man, just watching the Gallagher brothers throw fucking rocks glasses at each other. And like, can I step in here? Like, what is this?
I always thought the recording studio shouldn't have a bar in it. It's just crazy. Oasis, man.
Oh,
So my
Joel on YouTube says, I bet that Justin and Tiffany make some pretty 2-headed babies. just saying. John on YouTube says, defang those rattlesnakes before you start handling them. He's referring back to the snake charming stuff.
Yeah.
Tim on YouTube says, these people are just setting themselves up for more Reddit advice on love.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, Reddit, the gift that keeps on giving.
That's
Keep
right.
making bad decisions out there, people. Giving us fodder. Tyler on YouTube says, who wants to live with siblings? I take you back to the incest topic. Love gurus always come back to that. Yeah, I mean, what do you want? It's Reddit. It's
there
always
is
there
a
for us.
reason why it's part of our theme song. We didn't choose it; it chose us.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
We didn't land on a brother and sister fucking. A brother and sister fucking landed on us.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
already ready for my final advice. I know what I'm going
Ooh,
to say.
there's a bug behind you. I don't know if
What?
Yeah, I think it's just like a.
Oh, it's
it's a thousand legger.
Yeah.
Thousand legger. If I had a nickel for every time. Okay, anyway.
Viewers, if you don't know this, we live in a basement. We're friends with bugs. Like that's the level that we got in our.
I mean, essentially, Jake and Amy's basement is like Darwin's garden that he mapped extensively.
Yeah.
The number of
Pretty much.
species that they have the
Yeah.
opportunity to study.
The amount
is
of flightless
really-
birds, the amount of flightless birds and flying fish in this apartment are staggering.
Here we
Hey,
see
look.
Jake and Amy in their natural habitat, surrounded by a perfectly balanced ecosystem in a basement in Queens.
Hey, honey, is this one of those bugs you can eat?
There are over 10,000 species in Jake and Amy's basement.
I'm just
Yet
saying.
every day, 1 or 2 goes extinct because of climate change.
I'm just saying, one time I came
Jake
over here
farts.
and there was. Yeah. I'm just saying, one time I came over here and there was a papaya growing out of the wall. I don't know why. It was just the one.
We were saying prayers to it.
Okay, so my final advice for this person is, look, it does seem like this guy does not have you in his long-term plans. So if he is gung-ho about this house, just say, cool, you go buy that house with your sister. I'm not going to live with you because that's fucking weird. I'm going to stay in my house, do my own thing. Because also, again, she talks about how this house had, problems with the inspection, all that and the rest. It does sound like he's sort of making like a very flippant financial decision, and mommy and daddy are there with the down payment to clean up. It's like, do you really want that to be your husband, where it's like he's not thinking this through and just like, I'm going to get a house, dude, and have a party. It's just like, I say stay in your own house. If he then
it's
really pursues you and this does become a not devastating financial situation, cool. Keep dating. Other than that, like, you sound like a badass bitch. Keep your house, rent your shit. Like, get your money.
Yeah. I'm going to bounce off of that because my final advice has something to do with that. Basically, I'm sorry, it's 2022, and the only reason I'm going against the person who's writing this is because she needs to grow a pair of balls. I hate that she's saying,
I
they're not even married yet, and she's like, we were going to help pay for this house together, and we were going to live in it. I was like, no, 2022, you buy the house, you control it, you're the main person, and when he
which
fucks
she's
up,
already
you
done.
kick him out.
Yeah, which she's already done. She's already got her own house. It's not
great.
like,
You're
we're
already
living
doing great.
in this
Why are
small
they
apartment, and then we're gonna.
Why is she talking herself down like this?
Yeah, but she's
already
not,
got one.
She was hoping that he would help pay for the payments of the house, and that we would. That's what I.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because like he was renting it, but she wasn't struggling before.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that was
She
the
already
same.
had somebody there.
Because she
I need to
had
give you-
another
But she
roommate.
kicked out.
Yeah.
Sorry,
For him.
I need to give you the book from 2000. He's just not that into you.
Yes! Oh my God. I can't believe that those words didn't come into my mouth, but
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I love it when things
thought
come
she-
into I love it when things come into my mouth, but they did not happen this time.
Well,
I
that's
also-
why I bounced off of you. There you go.
Thank you, Amy.
All right, that's my final advice. Get the book.
I also love things coming in my mouth. So I basically. Oh, first up, Joel on YouTube says, at the Love Gurus podcast, I've been rethinking the jingle for quite a while now.
Oh, have you?
The incest angle might not have been the best way to go. It seems. Oh, there's my little millipede friend.
No, but no, he went from there to here.
Yeah.
The one that she saw
He's
behind
quite
her.
a traveler.
It seemed natural though. Not sure what that says about me. No, it's definitely. Hey man, fuck it. We'll use both of them. We'll switch them up. You know,
Yeah.
like If
Joel,
you send another one, we'll switch it up. Dude, we'll take as many. But we do
you
like
wrote
the
a theme song that is very representative. Like if you took a percentage of the questions we answer, a large percentage of them have to or suggest incest.
We do
So-
seek out questions with like sexual deviance somewhere
We
sprinkled
need
into the.
a good welcoming song and a goodbye song. You could do both.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Or we
I think
just
that's
one
good.
week we do one.
Yeah.
I mean, don't feel like you gotta rewrite it. We appreciate the one you did. It's fucking great, man. But we'll take as many as you want.
The other thing, Joel, that I think you need to take into consideration is, if I'm not wrong, I think the song was written at the end of summer, and for whatever reason, summer has to do with pools, a lot of incest, a lot of dads, a lot of creepy stepdads inviting their friends' daughters over. So I think that has to do with it.
Public pools, man.
I remember just like a lot of like questions about like pools and creepy dads. So it's like, how do you not write an incest song?
Yeah, it's kind of like a pool, a backyard pool. It's kind of like a van that doesn't drive, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just attracts
Pretty
the
much.
youth.
Yeah.
It's like a toilet that never flushes.
Okay.
Sure.
So any other final advice for this person?
Yeah, I think. See, it's tough for me to feel this guy out because it's either that A, he's really not that into her. That's probably the case. There's another scenario though that's kind of going on in my head that might be what he's actually thinking, and it might be the kind of thing where his parents offered to buy this place just for him and the sister to live in, and he's going, well, if I don't move in there now, then this place will just go to my sister, you know? And I kind of would like to have part of this to where, like, hey, man, they die or like whatever, and she moves out. We decide to sell the place. We sell the place. Yeah. Whereas if I go, oh, no, this lady who, again, not married to, but dating, I'm just living in her house for now. Let's say we break up a year from now. Hey, sis, remember when I was going to live in there? Like, fuck no, dude, you were going to move in here like a year ago. I wasn't even thrilled about that. Now I have a house, and you can suck my dick. You can suck my sister dick. Yeah. And that's what I think is going to happen.
You're not going to get half the house until you get a noogie.
Yeah. Because if he doesn't move into this house now. Yeah. I think it may be a weird situation. Either way, that's not a great thing for you to be attached to, because then it becomes he's sort of they're in like a weird game of chicken. Yeah. Over half of this house.
Because you are right. The parents might be trying to snub her out.
Yeah.
It's also important to remember that all these houses are very close to each other.
Yeah.
It's not like he's moving, 30 minutes, 2 hours away, whatever. He's right there.
It's 13 minutes away.
If she decides not to move in, it's,
I can picture this house in my head. It's like that, like Santa Fe style, like sandstone with the tiled, I can picture this house. It looks exactly like the parents' house, and that's why they're like, "Oh my god,
it's like where the home we grew up in. You can live forever, never gonna die. Kiss me, sister." That's what we want. That's what we all want. We just want the sister and the brother to get together. That's what we want.
Yeah,
for content.
Yeah, like if Romeo and Juliet were both in the Sharks.
That's right.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh my god. Okay, what was I? It'll come to me. But I was thinking something the other day of like everyone's like slagging it off. I'm like, this is just fucking Romeo and Juliet. Like, what are you? Anyway, okay, it'll come to me. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dude, I'll bet that half a joke that you had would have been hilarious with the other piece.
I've actually watched a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I've got something to tell all of you youths about how amazing this movie is and what you're missing out on with your TikTok and your Instagram. You don't know.
He's overrated now. I liked him in Gilbert Grape before he learned to read.
I love that this is coming from the co-host that wants us to stay on topic. Just like, no, Romeo and Juliet.
Guys, we are so over. We're so over our time.
I want to stay on topic when my ego is not involved. Thank you.
Tyler on YouTube says, I have no siblings, but you're correct. Nobody wants to live with me. He was talking to Joel. John on YouTube says it's actually a 120 square foot tiny home. Yeah, might be a small house. Yeah.
Oh, so they're definitely, at least sharing a bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunk beds.
Yeah.
With the glory hole.
There's a glory hole in the middle.
It's just it's not a bunk bed. There's a milking table on top of a twin mattress.
Or it's like in a Jackass where it's like a little like punching bag.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's
just send the nuts down in there.
It's really just a massage chair. A little massage bed that's on top of another bed. And it's like, where did you even find it? You had to go to Thailand to get this fucking thing? This is the weirdest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
You walk into the only bedroom in the house, there's just a sex swing hanging there. Where do you guys sleep? In the swing.
Joel says, great show. Love y'all. Yeah, we love you too, Joel. We love all you guys out there. Tyler, Tim, John, everybody out there in YouTube land.
Let's do one more question.
Let's do our final question. Last question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, if you have questions to write into the podcast, write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. But for now, we are going to take our last one from the wild animals on Reddit.
I just found out that my wife made my ex think I cheated. I'm 21 and my wife is 20. My ex is also 20. I grew up with my wife, Georgina, and my ex is called Raina. Since Georgina...
They sound like Mortal Kombat characters, and it's perfect for this fucking song.
It's like an anime thing. That's like the whole...
My ex shoots lightning bolts out of her hands, but my current girlfriend jumps off of walls and goes claw with her feet.
Which brother is that? Is that the brother with the 2 arms or the brother with the 4 arms?
I can't with this question. Already,
Since Georgina's my best friend's sister, and Raina is her best friend. Raina.
I so hope these aren't made up names.
Raina.
It's just Persian. That's all it is. Mortal Kombat's just a lie.
Raina broke up with me when I was 18 because she thought that I had cheated on her and also stopped hanging out with us. She cut off all contact, and I was left wondering why she thought I had cheated when I didn't. After that, I started dating Georgina, and we got married last year.
What? Sorry.
Yeah.
Too soon. Oh, man. Aw.
I only found out last night that Georgina got her brother to steal one of my t-shirts and some boxers during a school trip so that she could wear them when she and Raina were hanging out. She told me that when she was really drunk. That's why Raina thought that I cheated on her with Georgina. I don't know how to handle this since I fell for her long before finding out what she did. What should I do? So, this again, I feel like is more of like a lightning round question.
It also needs a recap big time.
So these children are.
I mean, I was only picturing finishing moves the entire time, dude. I have no idea.
I saw a babality. It was weird.
Finish her. Yeah.
So again, these children are 20 and 21. So what happened was, the person writing the question, we'll call him Johan because that I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Johan and Raina
Or Ryu.
were dating. Johan and Raina. So Raina and Georgina, the now wife, are friends. Georgina had her brother steal some of Johan's shirt and boxers.
The brother's name is Rigo.
Rigo. The next time that Georgina and Rhea hung out, she wore Johan's shirt and boxers, even though they were still dating, as if. And then so Rhea saw that and was like, "Oh my God, that's my boyfriend's shirt and boxers. He must have cheated on me."
I mean,
they then broke up. Then Johan and Georgina got married inexplicably.
I mean, any lady that's coming out of the bathroom wearing like a dude's boxers and shirt, like around her friend or whatever.
Right.
I've never seen or heard of that. Like, that's a crazy fucking move. Like, that's a wild. I mean, that's right up there with like boiling the rabbit in Fatal Attraction. Like, this is a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put his boxers on and fucking parade around. Like, that's never been thought by any woman on the planet except for her.
So clearly what happened is that Georgina wanted to get with Johan, so she made Raina think that Johan cheated, and then now they're married. And it's sort of like that stuff, thanks. It's, to me, it's sort of like, well, you know, possession is 9/10 of the law. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think, okay, so your wife totally deceived you to get together. You're 21, okay? If you have problems now, just end it because it's fine. Like, you're so young.
These are all practice rounds. In your
This is
20s, you're not, even if you get married, it's...
You said this all happened on a school trip. School, you fucking crazy psycho. Like, that means you got time.
I'm pretty sure that they're all young enough to still be adopted. So
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
They're young enough to be adopted. They're not even old
Kitty,
enough to
Jack's
drink.
getting shout-outs.
Oh.
The cat has sat on the table.
It does actually.
He's now the
Have you ever
mascot.
seen Jack yet?
I don't think he's been on the show.
He's like the cool one. Even though we have two
Yeah,
crazy dogs, we
he
have the
just
cool
hangs
one.
out and does his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually very cute.
He's never came this close to the
Well,
podcast.
this is
before.
because he is hungry right now, and
Oh,
he knows
you've
that
been gone all day.
you would usually give him a snack.
Oh, have
And
they?
that's what he's trying to do right now.
Jack just wants a snack. Yeah, so my final advice, let's just treat this as a
He's trying to get
lightning
his snack.
round.
He's actually got an opinion about the levels. He's looking to adjust some of those.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
You're coming in a little hot there, Jake.
He's like, you're putting too much compression on
He's
these fucking
giving-
things.
but
We've talked about
as
this.
he's sat right now, he's very much like,
Upstaging us, yeah.
Mustafa, Simba,
Yeah.
King of the Jungle vibes.
He does have this look like one day the whole valley will be yours, my son.
Sorry, he heard his names being called
Yeah.
in the background, Raina. And, hold on.
This
And so he was like, I need to go with my people and join the cult.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Join the herd.
You can definitely understand why the Egyptians thought that cats were reincarnated emperors. Like, look at
Yeah.
them. Just fucking-
Yeah.
They're
They're like,
like-
I've only seen that cunty look in a pharaoh's eyes.
So my final advice for this person is get divorced. It doesn't. Georgina could be the hottest person you've ever met, greatest, whatever. You're 21. You should not be married at 21.
I can't even visualize that they knew how to even do a wedding correctly. Like, I feel like they didn't even fill out the paperwork, and no one's really even married. I
Sounds
feel
like
like
a
they
Mormon.
probably had a
Yeah.
marriage dress up where they just like, I'm gonna dress up in my mom's clothes and my big heels and lipstick, and we're just gonna cut our wrists and say that we're blood brothers and sisters. I don't know.
Fisher Price, my first wedding.
Yeah. The groom showed up in a kilt like a douchebag. Sorry, I'm projecting. That's
And Rhea was like, you're not even Scottish. We're Middle Eastern, for Christ's sake. Why are you dressed like Mel Gibson in Braveheart? This is what your face is plain and blue. You look ridiculous.
and he's like, wait, this is an ethnic thing? I thought I was just trying to be kooky.
I can't even. Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so what other final advice do we have for this person?
I mean, can we give them any real advice except for I don't know.
That's why it's last. Kind of a throwaway question, really. Jake,
Well,
final advice?
it's the ex who got the guy's boxers, right?
Right.
Okay, and then she wore them around. Found out my wife made my ex think I cheated. Oh, got you. So the ex thought that would. I mean,
Jake's like, I really only just understood the question.
dude, I have no idea what's going on.
On their names.
I'm
Like-
still, Rena Georgina.
Oh,
Good
it
fuck.
says inflammable. Oh.
Yeah.
I can't even.
I mean, when the obviously like the brothers stealing the underwear is so much more elaborate than like.
I know.
We used to fuck, and she had the boxes from when we used to fuck. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that even be the
let me-
easier
yeah.
explanation for it?
As a man who produces sweat as well, I got to tell you, those boxers they don't reuse well. You don't hand those down. You don't hand
Sure.
them across. All right, they're gonna smell like your ex.
One
Okay,
day, my son,
sorry.
all these boxers will
Colin-
be yours.
Colin has just peeled off a piece of this onion that I love.
And it smelled like an onion too.
Because these kids are young. They're living at home. The mom is doing the laundry.
Right.
She's
Yeah.
like, Georgina, whose boxers are these? And she's like, Mom, don't ask. You said you wanted me to be married by 19. Okay, dear. Okay.